Hey guys, Gary with Lacrosse, and today I'm going to show you how I string my sidewall and my bottom string on a STX Stallion. So you guys have already seen my one Stallion that I've done with my custom mesh that I did for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Um, During the questions and answer video, I showed you pretty much what the bottom string looked like. I believe I gave you all the sidewall pattern. And since I was asked before on how I string, my pocket, I figured I'd do a tutorial on it. So here I've got a Stallion. I've already strung the one side. I've already got top string done in. It's a 9 diamond top string. This is a brand new Stallion. Haven't even used it. I bought it and it's just been sitting around. I'm not really a big fan of like the flashy greens and stuff like that, but got a good deal on it. Couldn't pass it up. All right, so I'm doing it sidewalls in pink, as you guys probably all know. I've already got my sidewall string already cut. Top string's already done in. So what I'm gonna do, if I can get in here, I'll go in the very top hole. All right, so bring that in, and then what I like to do is SIs. So for the SI, go in the top hole. All right, get the piece of mesh out the way. Get that in there, and then pull yourself a loop. Okay. Now I'm gonna bring this down because I'm gonna skip that second sidewall hole. All right, I'm gonna go into the third sidewall hole. You're gonna come in that third sidewall hole, and you're gonna come back up through, as you can see, up through the bottom, and underneath of that loop. Pull it up. Get the piece of mesh out. I'll bring it up, and then bring it down. All right, what I like to do to hold my stuff in place is I'll take my finger and I just apply pressure. All right, take the string, bring it back through the top of that next diamond. All right, make yourself a loop, and then for the Stallion, you're gonna go right back in that next hole. Okay, so as you can see, it's right in that next hole. And you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna bring it back up through that diamond underneath of that loop. All right, as you can see, it's underneath of the loop. Bring it up, back down, so it's nice and tight. Take your finger, apply pressure. Go into the next diamond, so this will be the third diamond down. Same thing, come in through the top, give yourself a loop, and now you're going to skip a hole. So as you can see, I skipped one sidewall hole. All right, bring it back up through that diamond and underneath of that loop, so it goes through the loop. Pull it up, then down. All right, pull it nice and tight, put your finger there. All right, now I'm going to do my fourth. A lot of people only do the three. For the Stallion, I actually do 4 diamonds down. Helps create that nice channel. All right, so for this one, skip another hole, another sidewall hole. All right, so right there, skip that sidewall hole, bring it up through that loop. All right, so pull it up, pull it down. That's going to give you the nice channel. All right, so now my next one's going to be a 1. All right, I like to do the 1 before I do a double up, just because it helps, with the whip. I don't like a lot of whip, so I'm not going to skip a hole. I'll go on that next sidewall. All right, now remember, when I came through to do my 1, I came up underneath of the mesh. All right, then I go into that next, come from the outside. Come from the outside of the head to that sidewall, underneath, pull up, down, and then what I'll do is try to pull that mesh out of that interlock itself. All right, I'll hold that tight. Now I'm going to do a double up. So I'm going to come back up through the mesh, and I'll get that nice and straight, and I'll go back up to the next diamond, straighten it out, pull it kind of tight, and then I'll skip a hole. Alright, so skip another sidewall hole. As you can see right there, skipped one. Pull up, and like I said, I'll pull my mesh out of that knot, out of that little interlock, pull back down. Alright, now I'll do a 1, but I'm not going to skip another hole, so I'm going to go right to the next sidewall. Up, down, pull the mesh out of that interlock. Alright, come back up to the bottom, just like that. Same thing, do not skip a hole. I'm going to do 3 1s here, so, and all 3 of them I'm not going to skip. Pull the mesh out. Alright, now I'm going to do another 1. Bring it right through. Hold on. Alright, sorry. Not through. Come over the top. Bring it in from the top of the mesh. And then from the inside of the head, I'm going to skip that hole. Bring it from the inside. Alright. So you did your 2 singles. So your sidewall should look like that. You'll have the 3 in a row. There's going to be 2 signals. And you're going to take your sidewall, bring it in from the top of the mesh down. It's going to go in your 10 diamond row. Pull it tight. Now you're going to come in from inside the head. You're going to skip a hole and you're going to come from the inside of the head. You're going to pull that tight. Now take your finger. Alright, I'm going to take my thumb. I'm going to put it right on there on the inside so that way my string does not move. Alright, I'll create a loop. Bring it through. And then I just scoot the knot down until it gets tight in there. And then what I'll do is I'll double it. So I'll pull out on it. Yeah, it didn't get so tight. Alright, so try and keep the knot as tight to the sidewall as possible. Then do your little double, pull up. Alright, so bring your string around the top of that knot. Alright, and then bring it back underneath, just like that. And you want to kind of guide the string so that way it'll create another knot around it. So that's how I do that. Alright, now for my bottom string, take your string, bring it up to your first bottom hole. Alright, so you bring that up. Now you're going to create a loop and you're going to go back through that same hole from the inside. Alright, so now you should have a loop on the inside of your head. Bring your string up through that loop and pull it tight. Now find that 9 diamond row. You're going to come up through that second hole to the second diamond. Alright, you're going to count over. So you have 9 diamonds. So you got 4 and 4. So that 5th one in the center is going to be the very center. So I'll count 5 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, which is right there. And I'm going to go in. Alright, Now, instead of coming from the inside, I'm going to come from the outside, from the bottom of the bottom hole. All right, I'm going to come up, then I'm going to bring it over. All right, so as you can see the hole, we'll bring it over that, and then back down through that bottom string hole. All right, so as you can see, just like that. All right, now you can pull it tight, get it to where you want it. All right, so that's about where I want mine. You just kind of pull this string tight. Okay, so now bring it back up through the next hole, just like that. So you're gonna have your little tie off, and then you're gonna bring it under, go through the hole. You're gonna come back up through that 5th diamond and that 9 diamond row. You're gonna come back up from beneath. And you're gonna take it all the way back over to that 2nd diamond from the end in the 9 diamond row. Now the same thing as we did here. I'm gonna come up from the bottom. All right, kind of pull it tight, even up the bottom. So that looks pretty even. Bring it over. Then you're going to bring it back through. I'm sorry, it's a little hard to look at it that way. All right. So you have that loop. Pull it tight, and then you'll tie it off. Doing the same thing I did on the sidewall. Create my loop. Bring it through the bottom. Just like that. And then I'll do the same thing. Bring the loop over top. Bring it through the bottom. So now that's all tied off. Now what I'll end up doing, to take my pocket pounder that I got here, which is kind of funny. I came home today and my son was running around with his little Cobra that he's got, and he had my pocket pounder, and he was actually pounding his pocket out. Like, he literally had his stick and he was pounding his pocket out. I think he watches daddy way too much. So what I do is I'll take this and I bounce the scoop in between one of my legs, bounce the bottom of the head between the other legs, and I just pound it out. And so there it is, my Stallion. It's got a nice channel to it. It's a nice mid to high pocket. All right, and I'll do another one. I'll show how I do my shooters. That'll probably be tomorrow. So hope you guys liked the video, and if you haven't already subscribe, like the video, make comments. Remember, I do have my question and answer videos. I've already got a couple questions coming through. So be sure to send me some questions. You can send them to my email, which is Gary@gruntlacrosse.com. And you can also, which that'll always be in the description of the video. Make sure to check out my Facebook page, which is @gruntlacrosse, and you can also follow me on Twitter. I'll usually post pictures of my new dies or string jobs and stuff like that coming up. I'm trying to lock in a store right now for some die jobs. I've done a couple for them in the past. I'm going down on Monday to try to work a deal out with them, and they're going to help promote me, and I'm going to bring them down some mesh, and I'm going to try to see what they can do about the mesh. Right now I'm waiting on my wax to come in. I thought it was coming in today, but it didn't. I actually worked with my wax supplier and worked out a better combination as far as my wax to when I melt it down. They're gonna hand me a sample of my mixture that I asked them to do, and then I've also ordered like the normal raw material that I'll mix together myself. So I'll see how that turns out with their sample of my mixture, and then see how mine turns out. So we'll see what happens. But be sure to email me if you want to dye jobs. Let me know. If you want some mesh, let me know. Email me. Right now, everything goes through my email. So if you want mesh, you got to order it through my email. I've been trying to avoid doing a website only because I do have a full-time job, and I'm afraid that with my full-time job, trying to meet the demand if I had it on the internet for you to order. But I'm thinking it's probably going to look to where I'm probably going to have to end up finish setting up my website. But anyway, like I said, subscribe, like, comment, check out me on Facebook, and I will try to do the my shooter string tutorial either tomorrow or on Sunday. That's it. Hope you liked the video. Have a good guy.